to my channel. It's Obasa, the founder of The Lucrative Lady and the Lucrative Business Academy. I'm so excited about this video, and depending on what time you catch this video, I have to put a little bit of a disclaimer to let you know why I'm recording this video. Well, in this video, I am going to be sharing with you 60 ways to make a living online without a traditional job. Now, the reason I'm recording this is because right now we are amidst coronavirus. That's right. Coronavirus is here, there, and everywhere. And our world is in a shambles right now. Our world is going absolutely berserk crazy for very good reasons. I mean, thousands of people have been affected by this in terms of loss of lives. And of course, hundreds of thousands of people are actually unwell from this. And at the time of this recording, we have no idea what is going to happen. Now, of course, if you run a business, then you are affected. But if you don't run a business, if you have if you have a day job, if you have a 9-to-5, chances are that you're sitting at home because most of the world right now is on lockdown. And you're probably wondering, what am I going to be doing with my time? How will I make a living? You're probably feeling fearful, vulnerable, afraid, frustrated, and you can add in any other words that you want there to justify how you feel. And I'm here to let you know that it is totally justified. And even though right now nobody has all of the answers, there are people like myself who are coming up with some solutions. And this video sharing with you 60 ways to make a living online without leaving your house is just one of the solutions, that I have for you. So I promise to make this a really good one. I promise to, as always, I promise to give you a ton of value. And in fact, I've gone beyond the call of duty with this one. What I've done is, because I know that you might watch this and it might go into one ear and come out of the other, I've actually gone ahead and created a PDF version of this video. Because what I want you to do is I want you to grab it and I want you to, to look through and to choose and make a move. Right? When fear comes, one of the worst things that fear does is it causes you to be inactive. So you stop moving, you stop creating, you stop producing, and you get stuck in fear and in inaction, which is not going to get you anywhere. So I want you to move. I want you to make some key decisions. And I've created this really amazing guide. It's absolutely free, by the way. You can see it in the corner over there, right? It's absolutely free. So grab it. The link will be below, and make sure you start to take action, and I walk you through some great steps. So let's go. Is Translator. So if you have, if you know multiple languages, or even if you are bilingual, you could do some translations online, right? So you can do this from the comfort of your own home. There are so many businesses and companies who have teams and staff and customers and clients from all around the world. And even if they don't, they want to do that. So they're looking for you to translate some of their stuff into Spanish, into French, into German, into Swahili, into whatever, into Russian, whatever the language might be that you have as a second language. These jobs aren't actually very difficult to find. So all you need to do is be bilingual or multilingual, put yourself out there in terms of your marketing, really understand, how to communicate the value of the service of your translation, and set yourself up as a business. And in a matter of a couple of weeks, you could really be up and running as a translator. Number 2 is virtual assistant or a VA. Now, I love VAs, and I have lots of VAs who work with me in my business. Now, the reason it's called a virtual assistant is because of exactly that. It is virtual. That means that you can do this from wherever you are, and you can name your price, which I love. Now, if you are going to be a VA, one of the things that you are going to be doing amongst many things is doing things like research, handling things like social media. There are so many different tasks, but your tasks will vary. Now, one of the things I highly recommend if you are going to be a VA, a virtual assistant, is to make sure that you niche in so that you know exactly what value it is that you bring, and make it really specific. Because the downside about being a virtual assistant is that because it's very low barrier to entry, that means that anybody can get into this, right, and take a slice of the pie, it means that so many VAs are out there. So you are going to want to find a way to stand out. But can you do this from the comfort of your own home? Yes, you can, in a matter of days, actually. Number 3 is Transcriber. Transcribers, what they basically do is they grab audio or video and they would transcribe. So for example, I've got this video that I'm recording right now. So somebody could come and say, Pam, I'm a transcriber. Can I transcribe this into a blog post for you? Can I transcribe this so that you can send it out as an email to your people? Or can I transcribe this into a course so that you can monetize this video a little bit further? Do you see what I'm trying to say? So all you're doing is listening to something and typing away. So what do you need for that? You need good listening ears. You need patience. You need to be a good communicator. You need to have the ability to proofread. You don't want to be that type of transcriber that, you know, when somebody hires you, they then have to proofread your stuff and make tons of corrections. You won't last in the game unless you are careful and you are committed at transcribing and that you work quickly. So there are so many websites that offer opportunities for transcribers, such as rev.com, such as temi.com. So check all of these places out, because you could literally be up and running in a matter of days if you work for any of those companies. Or you can look on places like fiverr.com and you can find your own gig as a transcriber. So number 4 is video editor. So video editors, essentially, they could work with somebody like myself. So you could work with influencers, you could work with speakers, you could work with business owners, anybody who needs to be in front of a camera. The truth is that most people who are in front of the cameras don't actually like to do anything behind the camera in terms of editing the video, making sure it looks good. We want to hand that off to somebody who we trust, who will just make us look amazing, right? So that's the job of a video editor. So if you have skills in, you know, things like Filmora, Final Cut Pro, iMovie, I mean, some of these are free, by the way, you know, and obviously some of them are paid. Screencast-O-Matic, Camtasia, all of those are tools that you could use to edit videos. And I tell you something, you can actually learn the skills for video editing just by watching YouTube videos about these things. So if you're thinking, Pam, I have the time, I have no idea what to do, a lot of the things that I'm teaching you or I'm sharing with you in this video, you can actually just learn now that you are free, now that you have some free time. I really think that in this moment where the world is you know, where there's a frenzy and there's a lot of fear and there's a lot of negativity, I think that this is the time to really zero in and hone in on what it is that you really want to do. Pick up that new skill and go out there and start making a difference. Number 5, voice over narration. Yes, so voice over narrators does exactly that. You are voicing over something. So for example, you might have seen my intro just earlier on. Even though there wasn't a voiceover for it, that's the sort of thing you want to be able to do. So you might be doing an intro for YouTube and YouTube videos, so working with YouTube creators, working with podcasters, doing an intro for their podcasting, or you might be doing a voiceover narrations for people who have books and want to turn those books into audio books, like an audio version of their books, so that they can monetize a little bit further. So there is a lot of scope and you have to think a little bit outside the box. But I mean, the barrier to entry is really, really low, which means that you can get started with this in a matter of days. So all you need to be able to do is you need to be able to change your voice, you know, if needed, i.e. speak quietly, speak softly, speak strongly, speak with emotion, speak with passion, speak with excitement, whatever the creator that you are working for requires you to do. You just need to have the ability to do that, and all you need to do to have that ability is tap into your own emotions, right? So this is something that's incredibly easy to get into and could be incredibly lucrative as well. Now, number 6 is accountant. Now, this one requires a little bit more skill, but what you're basically doing is supporting small businesses to keep their accounts going, right? I know right now, you know, the world, like I said, you know, there's a lot going on with coronavirus and whatever might come after coronavirus, who knows, right? But at the end of the day, businesses are going to keep moving. The world will keep moving. Businesses still need your skills. If you're good with numbers, if you understand accounting, if you have those qualifications, but you're unable to get into your workplace, you're unable to serve clients the way you used to, I employ you to think about doing this stuff online, because just because I still work from my office, i.e. I'm working from home, right, doesn't mean that I don't need your services. Do you see what I'm trying to say? So please don't feel I'm stuck in your tracks, and please don't feel that you have nothing to do. There is a world, an entire online world waiting for those skills. So if you don't have the skills of accounting marketing, I want you to skip this, right? Because this one requires you to really understand what you are doing, to really understand your numbers, really understand the law, legislations, and taxes, and all of those things, which are the very reasons that business owners need you. So if you're an accountant, get online and start and continue to run your business. So number 7 is bookkeeper. So if you're good at bookkeeping, right, one of the things I love about good bookkeeping is that it's something that you can actually learn quite well. So to be able to run a bookkeeping business from your home, all you need is to set up one of those systems such as Xero or QuickBooks, and set your clients up on that, so that way they're able to upload, their expenses, their receipts, and all of those things, and then you do the rest of it. So you can see how you can easily make this a virtual business for yourself. So number 8 is data entry operator, and that's exactly what it is. It's entering data for lots of businesses. So there are lots of businesses who still operate on paper, right? They have lots of people, filling in forms and all of those things, and perhaps they need to move the data from where it is to perhaps a spreadsheet. They want to move it from one place to another. It's a very boring job. So most CEOs and business owners are not going to want to do that. But perhaps you're the type of person who doesn't mind sitting on your laptop and typing away whilst you're, doing something else, watching your kids, looking after, an elderly person in your home. You can do all of these things in the comfort of your own home, because all you're doing is really entering data. So to be able to do this, you need to have good communication skills. You need to have, really good eye for detail. You need to work really quickly. You need to have attention to detail so that you're not making mistakes, so that the data that you enter is accurate. Number 9 is customer service officer. Now, customer service officer, all you're doing is looking after the customers for various businesses. So you might be there, answering support emails, answering chat questions, anything that customers are coming up with. It is your role to solve their problem. Now, to do this, all you need to do is dedicate the time. You need to have knowledge of the system that your company is going to be using. Are they going to be using a bot, a chat software, what type of email softwares, and have a list of the frequently asked questions and their answers, so that you have those at your fingertips when people ask. So at this stage, I want to take a pause and just give a shout out to our comment of the day. So guys, if you leave a comment below this video, you can be a comment of the day. So thank you so much to the comment below me right now, and we really appreciate you watching and commenting on our videos, and it really helps us to grow. Thank you so much. And at this stage, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, if you're loving this already, I'm only at number 9, and then I want you to hit that subscribe button and make sure you turn on the bell, so that you are going to be the first to find out, to watch the very next videos that we bring out. We publish 3 times a week, so let's keep going. Number 10 is graphic designer. If you have an eye for detail and you have the ability to use things such as simple as Canva, Adobe InDesign, and those other softwares for designing, then graphic design could be for you. Now, for graphic design, you're working on things like book covers, logos, possibly editing images and all of those things. That's what a graphic designer does, creating images that people are going to be using on their websites to sell their products, to market their services. So this is very low barrier to entry if you have good design skills, and this is something you can do from your bed if you wanted to. Number 11 is foreign language teachers. If you're a foreign language teacher and you're used to going in and doing your classes, guess what? You can very easily transition that skill online using systems such as Skype, Zoom, or 24 sessions, where you can actually see your client on your screen, on your laptop, and you are still offering your foreign language services. And this is the time, right, when people are at home, they're looking at picking up new languages, new skills, and all of that, those important things that really gives us joy. So this is the time for you to start thinking, well, I have a foreign language, I am bilingual, or I am multilingual. Who can I teach? Can I teach children, secondary school children, primary school children, college students, university students? Now is the time for you to really start to think outside the box and get online and continue to offer your services. So number 12 is online business manager, or otherwise called OBM. Now, an online business manager is really that you are in charge of managing the online business. So for example, with the lucrative lady, for example, an online business manager might come in and might say, Pam, I'm going to handle, hiring of your team, hiring of your media buyer, buyer. I'm going to handle all of the publications, the blogs, the videos, and all of these things, the various moving parts that need to happen in your business so that you can stay and be the CEO and oversee what is going on and show up when you need to. Isn't that just a great place to be if you can offer that type of service? You'd be giving business owners an amazing lifeline, right? And this is something you can do from the comfort of your own home. All you need to be able to do is have knowledge of programs such as Asana, Trello, Notion, anything of that nature that allows you to be able to manage things and create a good plan that an entire team and business can stick to. Number 13, social media manager. Similar to the online business manager, this time as a social media manager, you're really managing social media. So if you have really good knowledge of specific platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or even YouTube, a lot of business owners and creators are looking for people to actually manage those platforms. So manage the comments, manage the growth of the platform, and really help them to scale online and get their message out to the masses. So if you are really good at showing up online and commenting and reacting and all of those things, then you could be managing other people's social media platform for a healthy fee. Number 14 is the Pinterest account manager. So Pinterest is a really good platform for helping you to generate organic leads. Now, in order to manage other people's Pinterest accounts, you have to be able to create those pins, that you need on Pinterest. You have to be able to create those pins and create the schedule for those pins. So, for example, we use Tailwind for our schedule. So you have to have knowledge of something like Tailwind, really good knowledge of SEO, really good knowledge of Pinterest, and in that case you could make a really good living from the comfort of your own home managing other people's Pinterest accounts and helping them to grow. Number 15 is YouTuber. Yes. So YouTubing is it's a really great gig to have, but in order to make money, you have to hit monetization, and that means that you have to have a minimum of 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. But the moment you hit that threshold, which doesn't have to take a long time, it could literally take 3 or 4 months. The moment you hit that threshold, you are sailing. That means that for every video that you record, that you create, it will continue to make you money over and over and over again, the more people watch them for years to come. So in order to do this, you just have to have really good content. You have to be great in front of the camera. You have to be likable, and you have to have the ability to build an audience and to keep that audience watching you over and over and over again. And on that note, I want to say a massive thank you, guys. For those of you who keep coming back and watching our YouTube channel, I love you so much and I really appreciate it. Thank you for supporting us to grow. And if this is your first time watching me, then again, welcome and thank you. Please do subscribe. Number 16 is blogger. So if I mentioned being a YouTuber earlier and you cringed just a little bit because you hate the thought of being in front of the camera, then another way to really make an extra income is by blogging. And of course, you can do this again from the comfort of your bed if you wanted to. Just sit there with your laptop and create some content, amazing content that go out on your blog. Now, in order to do this, of course, you need really good material. You really need really good content, good SEO skills. You need a content schedule, and you need to publish often. But the moment you do that, you can hit monetization on your blog with companies such as Mediavine, and they begin to pay you to be able to advertise on your website, and that's where the money starts to come in. Number 17 is the WordPress support specialist. Now, as a WordPress support specialist, you're doing exactly that. You are supporting the thousands of businesses who have their websites on WordPress. So if you have the knowledge, really good knowledge of WordPress, if you are really techie, that requires you to be really techie, you have the ability to solve problems really quickly, i.e. your client needs to be able to call or message you or email you and say my website is down, or they need you to upload blog posts, upload videos, upload images, or whatever it is, update their website. You want to have the ability to do that. Now this, you can actually charge on a retainer, which makes it really lucrative, and of course you can do this from the comfort of your own home. Number 18 is the photo editor. Yes. So now a lot of influencers need photos, and in fact a lot of businesses need photos. We need photos for social media, for our website, for marketing, for promotion, and all of these elements. But these photos need to be edited so that it looks amazing. So if you have a really good eye for detail, and of course the ability to use any of those editing softwares, then this could be a good gig for you. If you look on sites like Upwork or Fiverr, or even even finding your own clients. As long as you position yourself out there and you have a really good skill, this could be a really lucrative side hustle for you, especially in this season and beyond. And of course, you can do it from the comfort of your own home. Number 19 is the YouTube channel manager. So if you're not really into creating YouTube videos, but you watch a lot of YouTube and you really understand, what makes people tick, then you can become a YouTube channel manager. And all you're really doing is working with an influencer like myself, the thousands, hundreds of thousands that there are out there, creators, YouTube creators, and supporting them with managing their channel. So that means that you could be coming up with content ideas, uploading content, doing the SEO and the research for content, and really helping them with their monetization and growth strategies for their channel. Number 20 is the web developer. Now, a web developer is slightly different to a website designer, where a web developer might be coming up with new solutions, building websites from scratch, not using WordPress, coming up with, they could be building membership sites, for example, just a really different type of websites. They are a developer, so they know things like coding and HTML, CSS, and all of those things. So if you're a little bit, of a geek over, at CSS and HTML, like one of my brothers is. My brother is an amazing coder and a geek, and I love him for that, right? If you're one of those people, then this could be a really lucrative market for you for a very long time, because web developers earn a lot of money. And that moves me swiftly to number 21, which is website designer. So a website designer is exactly that. They design websites. So they are there in charge of your branding, making sure that your website functions well and it looks good, because guess what? We buy with our eyes. So if you're really good at website design, and these days when you have something like WordPress, for example, it's so easy to design websites, to create websites. There are so many themes out there, and all you're doing is really plugging in those themes, plugging in the text and moving things around a little bit, and you can make quite a good sum of money from the comfort of your own home. And number 22 is SEO expert. Yes, I love SEO because what it really does is it helps your content to be seen on Google and other search engines. So if you're an SEO expert, you could make a lot of money, because there are so many content creators, and the problem with creating a lot of content and not having good SEO is that you could create all of that content and nobody sees it. So the job of the SEO expert is to make sure that that content gets seen. Number 23 is the research assistant. Now, a research assistant does exactly that. They do a lot of research. So for example, if I'm creating a new program or a new blog post or new content, I might want a research assistant to help me to, scour the web and find out a lot more details so I can make my content better than everything else that is out there. So a research assistant really does that. So all you need is the internet, a laptop or a phone, and time to do the research specifically, and of course create, give really good report to your client. Number 24 is affiliate marketer. Now, the role of an affiliate marketer is pretty much you are reselling other people's products and you're getting a commission for that. So as an affiliate marketer, you are going to be looking at tools that have really, really good commissions, and there are loads out there. And in order to make this successful, you've got to create content around that tool. So you've got to create videos, product reviews, blog posts, and the more people who purchase that tool by clicking on one of your links, the system and that really is in charge of your affiliate commissions, send you a healthy commission. And this is actually one of the ways that I make a lot of money in my business. Number 25 is app designer. Now, if you love using apps, well, guess what? A lot of people created those apps. So if you have any coding skill, you might choose to move from web developing to app development to truly niche in. But again, this is something you can easily do from the comfort of your own home. Number 26 is to create an e-commerce store. An e-commerce store basically is a store that you create on places like Shopify, and you're selling products, you're sending out products. Now, as much as I love e-commerce, I think that it's, I don't think it's as lucrative as a lot of people make it out to be, but it is something you can do from home, and it can be lucrative, but you need a really big budget for ads. You also need to understand that a lot of the products that you might be selling, people can find it on Amazon, they can find it on eBay. So you're going to really have the ability to know how to stand out in a crowded market, and that's really, really important. Now, number 27 is creating WordPress themes. Now, WordPress is huge, as you know, and the only way one of the ways rather for people to stand out is by having various themes. So you can actually, if you're really good at design and if you have a really good knowledge of WordPress, make it your business to start creating various themes for your clients, right? And these can be sold on over and over and over again and can bring in passive income because you only need to create the theme the one time and you can sell it on over and over again multiple times over. Number 28 is stock photographer. Now, as a stock photographer, if you are really good at taking pictures, if you have a really good camera, then take loads of pictures and you can work with people like Fotolia or Shutterstock or even Canva, you know, offer stock photography, right? There are so many companies that offer stock photography, so you could essentially make a living by selling on your photos. And again, the great thing about this is you take the photo the one time and the more people download it, the more you get paid. And number 29 is copywriter. Now, as a copywriter, this is one of my favorites. This is a really, really high income skill. What you're doing is you are working with businesses and marketers and you are writing copy, specifically sales copy, which I love. Now, this can be in the form of emails, headlines, Facebook ads, anything of that nature that helps people to sell and to persuade. So if you're really good at writing, but you're good at persuasion, which is the key with copywriting, then this could be a really lucrative gig for you. And this is, in fact, a high income skill. And number 30 is by creating ebooks. Yes, what I love about ebooks is that you can actually turn them into courses, which I'll be talking about in a moment, but also you can sell them on over and over and over again. So you only need to create the ebooks the one time and you can resell them over and over again, you know, using various sources. You can sell them on your website, you can sell them on using tools such as ClickFunnels, you can sell them on via Facebook ads, and thousands and hundreds of thousands of people can purchase your ebook over Kindle, for example, and you can make quite a lot of money doing that.